I'd like to call to order this regular council meeting of the town of Saugeen Shores. And the first order of business is a declaration of pecuniary interest, and I'll remind you of your responsibility again. We have no additions, deletions, or amendments to the agenda. So the next item is regular minutes for November the 27th, and it's been moved by Councillor Dave Mayette and seconded by Councillor Grace. The council will adopt the minutes of the council meeting of November the 27th, 2017 as presented. Any errors, comments? All in favor? That's carried. The next are Committee of the Whole minutes, November the 27th, Operating Budget minutes, November the 21st, and Capital Budget minutes, December the 5th. And it's been moved by Councillor Don Madison, seconded by Councillor Mike Mayette, that Council note and file the minutes of the Committee of the Whole minutes of November the 27th, 2017, Operating Budget minutes, November the 21st, 2017, and Capital Budget minutes, December the 5th, 2017, as presented. Any comments or errors to this? All in favor? That's carried. So the next item is the general government. There's a general government report, and I have it from November the 27th. It's been moved by Deputy Mayor Charbonneau, seconded by Councillor Rich, that Council of the Town of Saugeen Shores adopts the general government report dated November the 27th, 2017, recommending that Council authorize pre-budget approval for two items in the 2018 operating budget. One, a tree inventory management summer position, and two, the conversion of permanent part-time to full-time finance position. Comments or questions to this? All in favor? That's carried. So the next item is bylaws, and we only have one this evening. Well, and it's zoning bylaw amendment for Leslie, and it's been moved by Councillor Mike Mayette, seconded by Councillor Madison, that bylaw 101-2017, being a bylaw to amend zoning bylaw number 75-2006, being the comprehensive zoning bylaw for the town of Saugeen Shores by Donald Leslie and William Leslie for lands described as lots 13 to 18 Oak Street, lots 13 to 18 Urn Street, Part Block R, north of Urn, west of Bartlett. Town of Saugeen Shores is hereby read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed and sealed this 11th day of December 2017. Deputy Mayor Charbonneau.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to draw Council's attention to section 22.4.312. Take a look at that section and then listen to this. This is the resolution passed by this council at our last planning meeting with regard to that section. It was that section 22.4.311 of the proposed bylaw be amended to read as follows: trees shall not be removed unless they are dead or dying, in quotes. If you look at section 2, which is now 2 in the draft bylaw, it reads as follows: only dead or dying trees may be removed as required for the safety of the public or property. Council directed that it read a certain way, and now it reads differently. And there's no report connected to the planning report, no indication of why. I suspect there's a good reason for it. I don't suggest that the planning department is doing anything but making us a recommendation of something they think may be better, which is fine. But I just would like to register my concern that this council gave a direction that the bylaw read a certain way, and it came back to us without a report reading a different way. I think that's not ideal. I think that's a problem. So that aside, because there's not much, we can't relitigate that. But I am concerned about the wording. I think there's, I understand there's a good reason why the language has been softened from shall to may, and I'm supportive of that. I think, but what I was concerned about at the time and continue to be concerned about is complications in this. And there is the additional concern here, or the additional requirement of safety of the public or property added in here, which to me is difficult to determine. How would that be determined? What affects the safety of public or property on the ground? My view is the clause should read, well, I'd like it to read what we originally said it should read, but I would like it to read, only dead or dying trees may be removed, period. That to me does everything it needs to do. It's not definite. but it also eliminates this complication. So I'd like to, I guess, re-amend or make a resolution to amend again, and hopefully this time it will stick, the bylaw, so that section 22.4.31 reads that only dead or dying trees may be removed, period.
Thank you. Can I just ask the Deputy Mayor if, are you concerned that the same sort of language is in 22.4.32? That safety of the public or property is in that one too?
No, see, that is related to the other EP zone. Pardon me, Mr. Mayor, through you, Mr. Mayor.
So you're not concerned about that?
This is with specific regard to those sections of property that have followed the frontages, the 6.5 meters, and I think the work that the planning department did was good on those sections. They gave us what we wanted there, what we asked for, but in terms of section point, the second point bullet there, my hope at the time had been to clean that up so it was very simple to understand for those property owners, and I would like it to be very clear as it can be. So the resolution as resolution as put, if you'd like it written, I can write it.
So through you, Mr. Mayor, one of the points that staff have raised is that with respect to only dead or dying trees may be removed, and leaving at that is that it can be argued that every tree is a living thing and is dying, is in the process of dying. So if one puts the argument forward that they want to remove the tree because is in the process of dying, then that would mean that all trees can be removed. So therefore we've added, and it's a consistent approach of how we've dealt with previous bylaws, and added the wording for the safety of the public or property.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I have a question also, and it could be for the clerk and it could be for the mover. When it comes to making rules like this around how the trees on your own property can be managed, we've had situations recently at this council where people have removed trees on the public portion of the roadway that was impeding their view of whatever they wanted to see, most notably the lake, and the one I'm thinking of. And we've come down fairly, well, I wouldn't say fairly hard, but those people, there was a repercussion for doing that. So how are we to enforce something where somebody comes along and decides they want to take down a few trees on the edge of their property and it's their property? Is there a consequence in not obeying this? Is it just words on a piece of paper? Like, really, how do we, if I was a property owner and I decided I wanted to get a better sunrise view, or if I wanted to improve my sight lines, I wouldn't want to have to apply to the township to remove a tree. I know certain the big maples in town, you have to get a permit and things like that for removing trees, but Peter Hedges here, really, how enforceable is this? That's my question, essentially.
A little too particular, but why don't we make this retroactive to all lots in town? And just, to me, I know the intent. I think generally people like trees, and people like trees, and I don't think you'll find there's a rare person that don't like them, will take them down. But I find it difficult that we have to write everything into a bylaw about what we can do and what we can't do, because I think we should trust our residents and our landowners to do what's best for the community, and most generally they do. They do almost infallibly. And we get more and more complicated with these bylaws, and I'm fine with it if however it goes. I mean, it's not a big deal here, and we had a good discussion on it, but it's just this, to me, we get ourselves make ourselves kind of look foolish, I think, when we try and micromanage everything. So, I guess we have a mover and a seconder, so just remind me again, Luke, which section that was. It's 23.4.31.2. Only dead or dying trees may be removed. And the remainder of that sentence, up till the end, is removed. You want that struck? Does everybody understand that? Councillor Minaj.
Just for added point of clarification, we were discussing the EP part of the land, not the private ownership of the lot. It's they don't own the EP part.
Absolutely, they do.
They do own the EP part. Okay, then I understand your comment. Thank you.
Okay, so is everybody clear on this? Then I'm going to call the question. All in favor? That is to the amendment. I guess we should, do you want to do it that way, the amendment? So the amendment then is to remove that as we've described it. Is everybody clear with that? Do you want me to read it again? So that's the amendment. We'll deal with the amendment first. All in favor of that? Opposed? So, and now back to the main question on the bylaw. All in favor of the bylaw as amended? Opposed? Okay, that's carried. So the next item is the closed public session, and it's been moved by Councillor Rich, second by Deputy Mayor Charbonneau, that Council move into closed public session in accordance with Bylaw 63-2016 under Section 3.8.2C regarding a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board regarding the purchase of land. All in favor? Carried. Okay. We'll call this back to order, and it's been moved by Vice Deputy Mayor Huber and seconded by Councillor Neil Minaj that Council rise from closed to public session and resume the regular Council meeting. And during that, I will just note that Council gave direction for staff on the issue that was discussed in closed to public. So, all in favor of this motion? Closed to finish. That's carried. It's been moved by Councillor Minaj and seconded by Vice Deputy Mayor Huber that bylaw 103-2017, being a bylaw confirming the proceedings of the Council of the Town of Saugeen Shores, is hereby read a first, second, and third time and finally passed and sealed this 11th day of December 2017. All in favor? Carried. It's been moved by Councillor Grace, second by Councillor Minaj, that this regular Council meeting of December the 11th, 2017, hereby adjourned at 9:12 p.m. All in favor? Carried. We're adjourned. Thank you.